Hello, this is cost accounting, chapter 10 example. And so this is calculating break-even point, contribution margin ratio, and margin of safety ratio. So here's the run through. Leprechaun Enterprises Incorporated is considering building a manufacturing plant in County Cork, predicting sales of 100,000 units. Leprechaun estimates the following expenses. So, as you can see here, I listed them out. Materials, labor, overhead, and marketing and admin, what they think that's going to happen. And then the thing is it gives you the percentage that are fixed. And so by multiplying them out by the percentage, you can find the fixed part. And then, to find the variable, you just times it by the opposite percentage. So if 10% of 19,000, if 10% of 19,000 is the fixed, then 90% of 19,000 is the variable. And so that's how you can back into it. That's how you can get the both costs. And then, here's another part of it, is an Irish firm that specializes in marketing will be engaged to sell the manufactured product and will receive a commission of 10% of the sales price. None of the U.S. home office expense will be allocated to the Irish facility. So basically, commission is a variable expense. So you put commission here, as we can see, 20,000, because we expect to sell 100, and 10% of 200,000 is 20,000. And so we put it over here under variable. By putting it under variable, it makes the most sense because it's not a fix, it changes based on what we sell. So then what we do is we add them up, all our variable, we add up all our total expenses. Our total expenses are 119,000, but our variable is 87,500. Now, we have to find the break-even point. The break-even point, you got to use algebra. So you take the variable, total variable cost, divided by the units, which gives us 0.875 cents per unit variable cost. Sorry, it goes to the third decimal. Not really, it's a strange percent, strange cents. But 0.875 cents per unit variable cost. So X is our break even, and so we set it up $2 to the X equals 0.875 X plus 31,500. The 31,500 is our fixed, which is important when you're trying to find break even, because break even is what you have to sell to cover not only the variable but also the fixed. So we move the 0.875 over to the left by making it a negative. Subtract, remember you can always subtract like terms. So 2.0x is the same as 0.875x, which leaves us with 1.125x equals 31,500. Divide 31,500 by 1.125 gives us x equals 28,000. That's how many units we have to sell, 28,000 units, to break even. That's before we even make a profit. So when we start the month, we got to hit 28,000 as fast as possible, and then we start turning over a profit. So that's important to know. A lot of businesses will go into business thinking, oh, if I buy this thing for $5, sell it for 10, I'll make a killing. Yeah, but how much does it cost for rent? How much does it cost for insurance? You're going to go out of business fast if you don't try to pay off that fix. Okay, and then for two over here, this is the margin of safety ratio. The margin of safety ratio is the 100,000 units minus the 28,000 break even divided by the 100,000 units again gives us 72%. 72% is how much our net income can drop, our sales can drop, before we break even. So we can lose 72% of our sales and still break even. That's what this margin of safety ratio means. And then for here, 3 is calculate the contribution margin ratio. The contribution margin ratio just tells you how much money you keep after variable costs have been paid. So we take the $200,000 of sales minus the $87,500 in variable, divided by the $200,000 in sales again, gives us a 56.25% contribution margin, which means for every item we sell, we get to keep 56.25% of that without including fixed. So this is what we make 56% of what we sell right away, because we have to pay the variable right when we sell it. And so very good margin to know, because most of the time when you're buying something to resell, you got to include the cost that you paid for it. It's very important. So this is problem 10-11. I hope it was good for you. Feel free, please, to like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions or whatnot. I hope you can read it and all that. But this is how you set it up. So it's very important for the setup process. Yeah, it should have worked out. All right, and I'll be back for either 7 or another. I might do a little bit, maybe do some more problems and whatnot. So thank you, and I hope this helps. And have a great summer.